Hi guys, it's Kelly with Mindful Bodyworks. So today I'm going to do a quick video on how to do a clay facial. I have previously posted a video on how to do a clay facial. However, I've got a new phone, a new Samsung Note 10 Plus, and so it's got some video editing options. So I'm just trying to shoot a real quick video so that we can check out all those options and see what bells and whistles it has. So this is just going to be real quick. I always use the Aztec Secret Healing Clay. It's a calcium bentonite clay, which I absolutely love. It's a real pale greenish color or gray. You don't want to use anything that has any added colors. That's just not good for your skin. So with the Aztec clay or the bentonite clay, you want to mix it in a ceramic or plastic bowl. You don't want to do any metal. And just keeping along with the no metal, you want to make sure that you're not using a metal spoon or spatula or anything like that to mix it. So you could use like a little spatula. They sell these on Amazon. You could use a plastic spork or plastic utensil, whatever you want to use, just no metal. And the reason that you do that is because the clay actually has a magnetic property, and that's great because it helps pull out all the gunk out of your pores. But just so when you're mixing it, it just helps to make sure that you're not taking away from that property. So with the apple cider vinegar, you can mix it with water if you want. However, with the water, it tends to clump more. With the apple cider vinegar, it really does give it extra protein and enzymes that apple cider has in it. And the apple cider vinegar that you want to use is the one that has the mother, so it's got the gook in the bottom. You can see it a little bit better in this one. That's just all the good stuff that stays in there. Now this one is an organic, actually they're both organic. You don't necessarily have to use an organic one, but you do want to use an unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother. So mixing this up, you want to do 1 part clay to 1 part apple cider. If you're doing the water, you're going to have to mix it equal parts, but you're going to have to do a lot more stirring to get all the clumps out. And then you might even need to add just a little bit more water to it. Now this is a real basic recipe. There are some other recipes, and I'll shoot some videos on those later if you want to get fancy with it. But you can add like honey or other stuff that you can find in the kitchen that's just really helpful to use for your skin and your complexion. So the great part about the healing clay is not only does it help with acne, blemishes, clearing out blackheads and all the stuff that we want to try and get out of our pores, but it also helps to tighten and tone the skin by getting all of that out. So it's great for helping you look more youthful and your skin looking a little more rejuvenated after your treatment. Now with the clay, you want to leave it on if you have sensitive skin for about 5 minutes, 10 at the most. If you have a normal to oily skin or maybe a combination skin, it's okay to leave it 10 to 15 minutes. If you have really oily skin, you could do 15 to 20, but you're gonna have to play with those numbers. Now, if you do have sensitive skin, you wanna go ahead and do less time as opposed to more. Anytime you put the healing clay on your face, it will get a little red. It's increasing the circulation while it's getting all that stuff out of our pores. So it's real just important to remember that you don't want to do a clay facial and then have something important to go to, like a wedding or a photo shoot or going out to dinner, because your face can stay red up to 30 minutes after you get the clay off. So before you put on your clay, you want to do something with your pores, whether it's steaming them to open them or taking a hot shower. That will also open your pores. You can also take like a washcloth and just get it under really hot water. Of course, you want to check that on the inside of your wrist to make sure it's not too hot before you place it on your face. You can use the clay as well on the chest and the neck area. And it's also great to do a back facial as well. That works really well if you have any kind of blemishes or pimples on your back. Same thing as far as time, you don't want to leave it on too long, and you can even use clay for other things as well. So I encourage you to look it up on Google and just see all the cool stuff that you can do with this healing clay. So let's go ahead and get it mixed up, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on and show you how it works. So you always want to have something to pull your hair back. Now you can do facials for obviously women, but men can use facials as well, especially teenagers, teenage boys. It's great to help with any kind of acne. So with the clay, I've already got a little bit in my bowl here, but you want to make sure that you're using some kind of utensil to get it out with, because if you just dump it, you're going to get clay powder everywhere. I promise you, I have tried that. It doesn't work, and I may have tried it more than once, so take my word on that one. All right, so with our apple cider, you're just going to pour it in the bowl. And remember, it's even parts. It's going to get all fuzzy. I don't know if you can see that. And then we're just going to stir it up really well. So you want it to be kind of a paste consistency. You don't want it too runny, but you also don't want it to be too dry, because if it's too dry, it's going to dry on your face really fast, and you're not going to get all those great benefits of leaving it on to pull all this stuff out. All right, so this is about the perfect consistency right here. Not too dry, not too soupy, more of a paste. It'll also stay on the face really well that way, because this can make a mess if you're not careful. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on and do a time lapse so you can kind of just see me putting it on. But just some things to remember: you wanna avoid the circles right around your eyes, that soft skin right around the eyes. If you have any hair, like if you're have a mustache, eyebrows, you wanna avoid any kind of hair on the face. If you have someone that has a beard, I wouldn't even try it, because it's just not gonna work out very well. It's gonna be really hard to get the clay out. All right, so stay tuned. So I've just taken off my clay facial with hot water and a washcloth. And so now, as you can see, it's just a little bit red, definitely glistening. I look nice and fresh and clean. You always want to follow up your facial with either a witch hazel or a toner, some kind of toner if you have one. So I just have a cotton ball here. Cotton rounds are better, but this is what I have for right now. So you just get that all around. You want to avoid the area around the eyes, just like we did with the clay. But this just helps close our pores where we've opened them to get all the gunk out. And that's it. So after I do my witch hazel, I always like to put a little bit of vitamin E oil. I love Jason's vitamin E oil because it doesn't have any parabens, petroleum, or any of that other gunk or chemicals. So I just use 1 drop or 2. And then I use 1 drop of frankincense. And I use Young Living's frankincense. Super awesome. Now I don't want to use more than a drop or 2 just because I want to hydrate the skin, but I don't want to be glistening or wasting oil. A regular moisturizer would be just fine, even a moisturizer with maybe a SPF for protection if you're going out in the sun. And there you have it. So that's how to do a clay facial at home with the Aztec healing clay. Absolutely love this. I've been using this clay for at least 20 years. It doesn't have any additives, anything in it, so I really, really love it. I'll have a link below if you want to look at this on Amazon. I also used the Jason's Vitamin E. I'll have a link below for that. And if you're interested in frankincense from Young Living or learning more about essential oils, there'll be a link for that below as well. So be sure to go ahead and click that like and subscribe button and let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll see you next time.